From the outside, the 2018 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 1LE is a caricature of what a performance car should be, as the hardcore track day version of the not-at-all timid Camaro ZL1. The ZL1 1LE's rear wing might as well double as an ironing board, and the hyper-aggressive dive planes in front would be right at home on a nuclear submarine. Anyone driving something in the ZL1 1LE's crosshairs, however, from the Shelby GT350R to Porsches with similarly protracted alphanumeric names, would be foolish to dismiss the Camaro as a superficial plaything for those with an extra $69,995 in their bank accounts. Everything new on this car, both what's visible and especially what isn't, is there to turn it into a precision instrument on the racetrack. Around a road course, the ZL1 1LE stands alone as the quickest pony car ever put into production, a claim to which its 7:16 lap time around the Nürburgring attests. Simply put, this is the best of the breed, and it's not even close. ZL1, of course, is the option code for an all-singing, all-dancing, 650 horsepower, 650 pound-feet supercharged V8, complete with all the trimmings, much like SS denotes a 455 HP V8, or LT signifies the 4 or 6-cylinder option. Adding the 1LE designation to the end of the ZL1 SS or the V6 LT brings about the kind of beefed-up cornering prowess one would expect of a serious track package option. With each step up in the product line, from LT to SS to ZL1, the list of 1LE Go Fast goodies evolves into an increasingly serious package. For the ZL1 1LE, Chevrolet held nothing back, leveraging existing business relationships to execute a tour de force of corporate R&D. This isn't a limited edition, though Chevy only anticipates annual sales of somewhere between 800 and 1,000 units. It's a halo car designed both to draw attention to the engineering excellence of Chevrolet's engineers and its corporate partners, and to drive sales for Chevrolet's performance parts catalog, in which the ZL1 1LE's most important go-fast goodies will be available à la carte. Success revolves around how brightly the ZL1 1LE shines against its competition. Goodyear spent 3 years developing 2 brand-new tires solely for this car, one for the front, and another for the rear, each with a different fundamental behavior. Multimatic, the Canadian firm best known for its dynamic suspension spool valve DSSV dampers, completely re-engineered some of the most crucial front suspension components. Even the Mercedes Formula One wind tunnel got in on the action. Area 27 takes its name from the Ferrari racing number synonymous with Canadian F1 legend Gilles Villeneuve, carved into a hilly wine valley in rural British Columbia. It's a highly technical track filled with blind corners, double apexes, tight hairpins, and fast sweepers at the end of even faster straights. And Chevrolet's team has lined it with one less. Turn 5 here is a tight left-hand corner that's the second half of a double apex complex, and you crest a hill while you're still steering. As I approach, I lightly tap the brake with my left foot just a bit later than the Camaro I'm chasing, a 455 HP SS1LE piloted by a professional Canadian racer. I trail off the slow pedal as I turn in. The car rotates with a finesse more commonly associated with a svelte Miata than a 3,820-pound behemoth, and I'm able to get on the throttle earlier than the other guy. And then I have to back off, lest I risk shoving those red October-sized dive planes right up his tailpipe. Turn 6 is a high-speed, uphill, right-hand sweeper that leads immediately into a heavy braking zone. I again lightly squeezed the brake pedal to transfer just a touch more of the 1LE 1LE's weight onto the front tires, and smoothly turned the steering wheel while looking up the hill. I wind up taking the corner with my right foot firmly pressed to the floor. Climbing up the hill as the head-up display ticks past 100 miles per hour. Just like that, I've caught right back up to a car that only 6 months ago was arguably the best performance bargain in America, if not the world. Turn 11 at Area 27 is a fast blind, left-hand kink that sits right at the crest of a hill. You can't see the track on the other side until you're already there. And the topography is perfectly set up to unsettle a car. In the lesser ZL1 understeer is prevalent as the front tires pass the crest. But then it nervously transitions to oversteer as weight comes back down on the front and the rear crosses the crest. In the 1LE 1LE, however, the effect of the wing and dive planes is evident, and the uneasiness is much less pronounced. The aerodynamic additions might look like a Fast and Furious appearance package, but they're absolutely functional. The wing in particular was developed using the Mercedes F1 wind tunnel in Brackley, England, to determine both its height and the exact mounting point on the trunk. It generates 300 pounds of downforce at 150 miles per hour. The aim isn't pure downforce, though, but rather to keep the car as perfectly balanced as possible. With the same supercharged 6.2 LLT4 V8 as the base 1LE, the 1LE 1LE's drivetrain is unchanged, save for a minor tweak to 6th gear and some fine-tuning to the software controlling the active differential. The suspension, though, is a marked improvement, taken straight from the pages of the Track Junkie's handbook. As both a top-level supplier and an engineering firm, Multimatic carved out a name for itself by helping teams at the absolute highest levels of racing win myriad championships. The company's revolutionary DSSV dampers are found everywhere from the 2010 to 2013 World Championship-winning Red Bull F1 cars, to the Ford GT, to the Camaro Z28, to even the Chevy Colorado ZR2 truck, and now the 1LE 1LE. For the 1LE 1LE, Multimatic's engineers developed their own strut housing. The new aluminum bits not only save over 18 pounds from the front of the car, helping to offset the additional weight of the supercharger, they're stronger, too. Adding to that rigidity, the subframes use hard mounts, rather than squishy rubber bushings that tend to deform under heavy use. In layman's terms, the suspension geometry remains consistent, so the handling is predictable at any speed. The car inspires the confidence needed to push the envelope whether the speedometer reads 20 mph or 120 miles per hour. Much of the suspension is adjustable, allowing knowledgeable owners to adjust the setup to their driving style or home track. For those new to the black art of suspension adjustment, Chevrolet will provide a cheat sheet to help understand all the permutations. The ride height is variable by up to 10 mm to enable balance adjustments. The rear stabilizer bar is adjustable to allow further fine-tuning to better take advantage